one of the most interesting people I met, my full name's Thorvaldr Olgasson, and the worst part about being a mother's son is I have no idea who my daddy is. So my father figure was her oldest brother, Magnus. Now the thing about Magnus is he was blessed by the gods. Unfortunately, the Norns got ticked off, so Loki decided to take up on their behalf. And he said, I will grant a blessing that is suitable for you. So he sits down and he talks with him and he looks up and he says, I'll bless him. He's been blessed with, very handsome. He's built. He's skilled with all weapons. He's an excellent tracker. And Loki's last gift that he gave on behalf of the Norns to offset the other gods' blessings. He's as loyal as a hound and not much more intelligent. Now, this is who I have as a father figure. Well, he's also the reason our whole village had to move from Norway to Denmark. Because of his constitution, he was able to drink practically everybody under the table, and there was a Jarl's son who had come over to court our village chieftain's daughter, who was renowned for her beauty. Unfortunately, she was not interested in him. She kind of had her heart set for Uncle Klunk, or Magnus, because he's very loyal. He does anything she says. He's very good at what he does. You just have to paint a picture. So, he ends up with her. The Jarl's son wakes up with a hangover, and basically to make sure that the peace was kept, we had to move countries completely. So they get the new village built. And one of the children goes missing. So they send Klunk out because of his skill as a tracker to find the child. But he had a bad case of luck. And it wasn't fortunate luck, it was more like misfortunate luck. He would trip over a stone and fall onto the ground just as an arrow would pass through where he had been standing. Walk away completely unharmed, but it just he'd always hit the ground with a loud resounding clunk, which is why I called him Uncle Klunk. Well, he goes out looking for the child. He finds the child. Unfortunately, he also finds a skunk. He gets completely and totally dashed. He brings the child back to the village. The village is happy to get the child. They look at Klunk and they point to a hot spring on the other side of the hill and say, go clean up before you come back. We are not going to smell that. So he goes off to take a bath. So while he's over there, something comes to attack the village. We don't know what it is. All we know is that it was hairy, it was scary, it was very, very tall, and we're on the entire side of a different country from Harrod Hall. We're nowhere close. And he hears the warning bells go off. Klunk jumps up in his birthday suit, runs up the hill, jumps off the hill, lands on the beast's shoulders. By the time he got done, it was nothing but mincemeat, which is why we're not exactly sure what it was. So he's now covered in blood, and they won't even let him drink his cup of mead after successfully killing it because he still smells like a skunk, and they tell him to go finish his bath.